thing that EJ, you might have to look up a little info for me. I think
I know all about it, so I might be able to tell you.
I was reading some shit too. So yeah, Clay, maybe you could tell us. If I'm not mistaken, so he was found. Okay, wait. So let's backtrack here. The accident caused how many deaths? How many people died?
4.
4 people died. So, and he was sentenced to 100 years, right?
110 to be exact.
Oh wow, sorry, 110. Wow. Imagine the judge said, "Oh, sorry, 1 second. It's 110." Not a.
No, my bad. I turned to that.
My bad. 110. Like, thanks, nigga. But okay, and if I'm not mistaken, right, there's now a petition on the internet or something going around that people have signed saying that they want him free.
Yep. And I think.
All right,
I
so
there's been like millions of people that signed it.
Yeah. From what I saw, it was like a lot. It's actually pretty successful. So let me ask you your opinion. What do you think about that? Do you think this dude deserves to be free?
I got
given the situation, like, bro, his brakes failed. You know what I'm saying? Like,
was he sober?
Yeah, he was sober.
I got a lot of takes on that, to be honest with you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the brakes failed. I don't know exactly the situation, like if he could have maybe avoided hitting anybody, but they said it was traffic. You know what I'm saying? So he was gonna have to hit somebody. You know what I'm saying?
So
from behind.
But he must have been speeding at least, right?
I don't know. He was coming down.
No, he was speeding. He was speeding.
See, and I can't.
He was speeding.
I'm gonna find a picture afterwards. But okay, so what I even seen videos and shit. Like, so he was okay. So I seen a video where like truckers kind of like looked into the situation. Was like, yeah, he could have stopped here. He could have stopped here. Even if the brakes failed, he could have used the emergency brakes and went this way, right? So there was a part, if you see a video, there's him. You see him swerving through traffic, right? Swerving through. But he passes a stop where a truck could have come off a little bit and really like use its emergency brakes and stop, right? But he was swerving through traffic. So he was swerving through traffic dumb fast, like zooming. So people
This is while the brakes were
failed.
But we don't know. We don't know if the brakes were failing at that point or if he was zooming.
If the brakes were not failing at that point, he was wilding.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So okay, even if the brakes were failing at that point, he still didn't do right by trying to get off. There was an exit. There's like a trucker's like exit where you can go.
Well, I mean, the truck not gonna stop, nigga. He just gonna go in. No,
I'm saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, no, I'm not gonna stop. I'm gonna keep going. Like,
no, I'm saying you can go to that exit and go into a lower zone, like a lower what's that shit called where you go to a lower gear. You can go to a lower gear, and the truck will slow down. But if you don't do that at that point, once you pass that point, it's a sign that says you can't go into a lower gear at this point. Like, you're done. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's over with. You're like, if you're going, the speed's gonna continue to go up. So don't go to a lower gear, because I don't know what will happen, but some fucked up shit will happen in trucking wise. So he passed that point and was zooming through cars, came down the hill and ended up crashing to 4 or 5 cars and killing 4 people.
Yeah, I don't know. That sounds to me like his brakes failed for a minute.
Yeah, so
he just didn't know what to do. He probably panicked.
Like he was panicking.
My thing is, some people were saying he was panicking, right? My thing is, bruh, you fucked up. Like, I don't think he should just get off scotch-free, bro. I don't care what nobody say. You fucked up, bro. Like, no matter what it is.
Because he was crying and shit, and people like, this is why I feel like that's another thing. They need to stop showing these fucking
that's why I don't like when people cry in court.
Yeah, because people, same shit with this lady the other day with the kid that she shot, the police, the Dante or whatever his name is, the lady police officer. She's in court crying, you know, it's like, bro, this is what's throwing people off. People seeing you crying, they're like, oh, you know what I mean? Like, because like all this guy, while granted, fucked up situation, man, especially if he wasn't drunk, if he was sober and he was trying to do the right thing and the brakes really failed, you know, this sucks. But it's like Don said, I don't think the man should just get off scotch-free, man.
120 years, 110 years is
a little harsh.
If there was a way he could have lessened the damage done in that situation, then definitely he should get something. But like 110 years is OD.
It's OD. Yeah, and I seen, like I said, I seen on a video after. I seen a video. There's a trucker explaining how that guy could have slowed down the truck, even with the emergency brakes failing before that, and like kind of stop that from happening. And I'm pretty sure this is something they taught them to get their CDL license, and something he should have known. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, there's these things like, yo, I want to say it's like kind of irresponsible of him. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like even if he panicked, like bro, you can't panic and kill 4 people and think you're just gonna.
So what happened? He rammed it. The 4 people were in one car, or he like rammed to one car, rammed to another.
Bro. It's. I think if you look up, I looked up one of the headlines. It said truck driver in Colorado gets in fatal fiery crash. Bro, this man like fucked up infrastructure and all that, bro. Like fire blazing, killed 4 people, bunch of cars. Like like I said,
he walked out of this.
Yeah, he was good. I mean, you gotta remember he was in a semi trailer. Like his trailer did all the damage.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like people want this man just to walk out. Like, oh yeah, nah, nigga, you gotta sit. You gotta sit for a little bit. I ain't saying 110 years. You got to do some time.
Well, he's not even gonna sit for 110 years. The man probably got like 40 years left in him.
That's 50, 40 years. But
he looks like he's like in his he's not in his 20s.
26.
Like in his 30s,
26.
Right?
He young.
26.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, hey man, you're gonna have to like. I would say if I was to say a time that he should get, I would say like 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was like 10, 15.
I was gonna say 10, 15. Depending on, you know what I'm saying, what's going on, like he could get out sooner, but yeah, like,
that's wild, my nigga.
Because that's wild. But it's still a tough situation.
Like that, and that's where, and this is why people see the flaws in the judicial system, right? Because apparently the judge didn't even want to give him this time, but the way the laws circulated, the way the laws work in Colorado, the charges that he got is like mandatory that he gets that time, like it built up every charge. You know what I'm saying?
No, that makes sense for them to hand out 110 years. It sounds like he had no choice but to get it.
Yeah, the judge didn't even want to give it to him. The judge is like, fuck, like he didn't want to give it to him. But the way the law works is in Colorado.
But the jury found him guilty, right?
I don't know about that. I think so. Yeah. So like and like I said, you don't just get that time. They went through the whole court case. This happened, I think, 3-4 years ago. Like you know what I'm saying? There was a whole case on this. Like you don't get that time because they just wanted to find you guilty. Like they found reasons. He probably could have stopped.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There must have been something that was saying like either he was speeding or he could have done something to prevent the car from hitting whatever, But
it's probably the prevention aspect. It could have like if they find any way that he could have prevented it, whether it was he's got into his truck and somebody seen him speed off, or you know what I'm saying, driving like a maniac. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And that's another thing too. Like usually with your brakes, and I'm sure. I mean, I've never driven a trailer or one of those big trucks before, but I'm sure it's similar to a car. When your brakes are going, nigga, you can feel that shit. So the last thing you want to be doing is speeding. So I'm thinking like, even if he was driving a little faster than normal, still irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? Your brakes aren't good, nigga. You should be doing no more than the speed limit. So just in case you lose control of the vehicle, you do as least of the damage as possible. So the more I'm thinking about it now, that nigga tweaked.
That's what I'm saying, bro. But 100 still I say 110 years is OD.
110 years is OD, yeah.
But and I can see why a lot of people are mad because like you see like people drunk drivers getting off scotch-free. You know what I'm saying? Like walking or getting probation for drunk driving and killing people. You know what I mean? So I can see why people are mad, but just because that happens to a drunk driver, you know what I mean, doesn't make this okay. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't just because a drunk driver didn't get sentenced for something doesn't make this okay. Just like that drunk driver, I would say that drunk driver deserves to be in prison for life type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just because a drunk driver didn't get time doesn't make this shit okay. This nigga killed 4 people.
Yeah, man. 4 people. And like that shit, like you said, it's possible if it could have been avoided. That's, because like if he knew to, like, because like Clay just said, when your brakes is fucked up, you kind of know. Like you feel that shit for a while. Unless something happened and his brakes just cut randomly. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I noticed, I don't know trucks, but I know there's some kind of emergency braking system. So if I'm the type of person I know that my brakes are going out and I can feel it in this emergency braking system, I'm like kind of going down a hill, I'm gonna do whatever I can to not kill people. Like I would rather fucking crash the truck a little bit into something else You know what I'm saying?
Or have a bunch of cars crashing behind me, nigga.
Yeah, something like that. But I'm not gonna run into like yeah. I'm gonna figure like
Yeah,
if I have to kind of like go to the side and hit like trees and shit like that.
That
like
too.
he was probably scared of that. He probably thought because he's probably like, if I hit a tree or wall, I'm gonna just die instantly. You know what I'm saying?
That too. But you gotta think about it, nigga. You a trailer truck driving that fast. If you got cars behind you driving just as fast trying to keep up with you, but you really on some like you just trying to get control and you worried about them, but you hit the emergency brake and they hit behind you, nigga, that's not your problem. They shouldn't have been speeding with you.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you should have just been worried about making sure you get that trailer truck to a complete stop. Like fuck the traffic behind you, my nigga. So like I don't know. The many ways you dissect it.
I feel like there's a lot of ways I just feel like there's a lot of ways he could prevent it, bro, without killing.
So do you know if niggas said or not? Did he even attempt to pull some kind of emergency brake? Or
I don't know about the emergency brake, but if you see the video, this nigga did not attempt it. It got the worst of it, bro. It just don't even look like he attempted to do anything. The man just really just rammed into motherfuckers, bro. So it's like it's crazy, bro.
I hate that I'm about to say this. It's gonna sound real millennial, but I hope he wasn't texting.
Or maybe I don't think he was texting.
Nah, not when your brakes going out.
He couldn't have been. He wouldn't have been able to swerve through traffic if he was texting.
But you gotta see the video. My boy was swerving, boy. People caught him on video and everything, and it's like, and I don't know if y'all drove around them hills before.
Where the fuck is that?
It's like in the Midwest, right? This was in Colorado, but I've been on similar hills driving, and like when you come around the curve. And I think it was to Tennessee when I was driving to Tennessee, coming down the mountains. And I'm like, damn, there's like a whole bunch of signs. Like if you're a truck, you got to stay on this side. Because if you go on this side, like you're probably going to flip. You know what I mean? And these hills are so steep. Like you take your foot off the gas, that shit is still rolling like.
So cars, the acceleration going up.
Yeah. You constantly have your foot on the brake. You know what I mean? So like I could see that being really scary coming down with a truck, a semi-trailer. But it's like, when you driving, I'm pretty sure this ain't his first time driving a truck. You got to know your brakes is kind of like going out. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Unless they just randomly cut that day and just fucked up that day, he must have rid them shits till it got really bad.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Yeah. So it's
I don't know people that rolled their brakes till you hearing that noise and they still didn't get into that situation. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's like if you knew the brakes were like even going a little bit, like that's still on you. That's on you. You know what I mean?
Word.
Still on you, yeah. Especially if the truck is, it's not like a company truck. It was completely his responsibility. It was like his truck. You know what I'm saying?
Was it?
Like, I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'd assume if it was some sort of company truck and he was driving on the clock, that they would be held responsible as well. You know what I'm saying? To some extent, but
that's true. That's a good thing to find out if he's like owned the truck.
Yeah, maybe I don't know. But yeah, so that's all we got for today, y'all. We're gonna try it. I don't know if y'all got anything y'all want to add, anything you want to say.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah, man, nothing new, man. Just same old shit. Look out for the new things. Happy holidays to everybody. If we don't get to talk to y'all about Christmas,
facts. Happy holidays. Hopefully we can, hopefully we should be able to do another episode before for Christmas, but
we should be able to do
definitely
a
before
episode.
New Year's. Yeah, but we should. Yeah, maybe we can get like 1 or 2 people. You know what I'm saying? We keep saying that, but we've been falling short. We're trying to get guests, but we definitely gonna work on that. I don't know how anybody else.
Nobody want to work. They want to get on the podcast to blood clot.
Facts, right? Anyone who's in the chat still, I don't know how much people's in there, but if anyone's in there,
shit died. I can't even tell.
Yeah, my shit all the way in the other room and shit.
Like
but if anybody's in the chat, man, much love. Appreciate
6
you.
6 people right now. 6.
Okay, cool. Yeah, all 6 of y'all that been in here. Thank you so much, and thank you for always tuning in, even when we take dumb long to come back and do what we're supposed to do. But we're gonna work on all of that. You know what I'm saying? New year coming up, we're gonna try to switch gears and take things a little bit more serious, kick things into higher gear. So hopefully we get more people to come along. Cause we even we even down to get another permanent cast member. You know what I'm saying? Somebody else is down to be with us responsible. Even I'd like it to be a girl if possible, just so we could always have that kind of
that diversity.
Yeah, that diversity. You know what I'm saying? So but yeah, thank you to everybody that's in the chat. And I don't know, I got nothing else. So I guess we'll see y'all either this weekend or next week for sure. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
Well.